one of the most popular beach destinations in the Philippines and the world, featuring the softest, finest sand you'll probably ever feel in your life. But it isn't just beach. There's loads of other things to do in and around Boracay, with many worth the tourist price point. Mabuhay, I'm Josh for Top Philippines, and here's the plan. I'll be showing you the top 10 best things to do around Boracay, as well as some helpful tips whether you're a local or a foreign traveler. But of course, different activities will still appeal to different people. So let me know down in the comments what activity you like, or if I missed any activity. Now, let's get into it. First off is the white sand beach. I know this one's common sense, but stay with me. This is probably the main reason why you'll want to go to Boracay, and it's a fantastic reason. The best way I can explain the sand is powdered milk. You grab some in the kitchen, feel it, it's like you've been to Boracay. It really is that fine and that soft. But do beware that there are several rules on the white sand beach. Unfortunately, one of the rules is that you can't fly drones. Please don't pay for a so-called permit to use your drone on the white sand beach. It has nothing to do with the government, it's aviation laws. The whole white sand beach is within the 10-kilometer radius of the airport. I was really bummed when I found that out. I'm warning you now that the white sand beach is long. It's, I believe, around 4 kilometers long, and it would take you an hour, if not more, to walk the whole thing. That is the white sand beach, all the way over there. It's so big that it's broken up into 3 different stations. Station 1 is where your more high-end resorts are. Because there are more high-end resorts there, that will actually be the most quiet part of the white sand beach. Especially during the off-season, it does feel like a private beach, although the whole thing is public. Well, at Station 2, you'll also find some hotels, but these hotels will be moderately priced. And also, this is the station where you want to go for your nightlife, loads of options there, and shopping. It's also the main hub to register for activities such as water sports. And lastly, Station 3. It's mainly composed of hotels, but these are more of your budget-friendly options, perfect for, let's say, backpackers. And as if it can't get any more complicated, there's actually a Station 0. Now, I wouldn't worry about this unless you're staying at the super premium luxury resorts such as Shangri-La, definitely recommend, Crimson, and Movenpick. These resorts on Station 0 are not on the white sand beach. If you're mainly coming for the beach and want the luxury experience, stay on Station 1. On to the next one, number 2, and that's to pamper yourself. There are loads of businesses and shops along the white sand beach strip, and all of them are very affordable, especially if you're coming from overseas. There's things such as massage parlors, salons, and loads of party places. There's also places where you could register to go on a party boat. It's a fantastic experience if you're into partying. Alright, picture this. You're walking along the white sand beach strip, you're pampering yourself, you had your massage. As you're walking, you also see loads of restaurants, so that's the next thing to do. If you have a tour guide, which later I'll mention how to get a tour guide, they may suggest a place to eat. And that place they suggest, if you choose to dine there, they actually get free food. So you're not only supporting the local business and eating delicious food, but you're also supporting the tour guides. So we did exactly just that. Our tour guide recommended this restaurant and we ate there. There's a mini market and then you choose what you want to eat and then they cook it. Of course the seafood was fresh, but the homemade sauces they cooked with were fantastic. I definitely recommend you try it out. Everything I said so far may all seem nice, but if you're more into adrenaline, stick around, because next up is water sports. They've got jet ski, windsurfing, parasailing, paragliding, whatever this thing is, banana boat, and much more. All these water sports, you can book them in advance on platforms such as Get Your Guide and Klook. But, top tip, do not book them in advance. Unless you're coming on a very busy time like Christmas and want to lock in what you're doing, I'd advise you not to book these activities in advance. The problem with booking in advance for these things is that most of the time you're constricted to the time or day you book, so you kind of have to plan your whole day around it. Additionally, the prices online are most of the time they're set, while if you do it when you're in Boracay, you get to haggle the price and do more for less. And you don't just haggle with the same person, you get to haggle the price with different people and find the best price which works for you. And if you're worried about finding a guide, trust me, there is no shortage of tour guides in Boracay. You might even get annoyed at certain points because so many of them are coming up to you. And it's important to note that all these tour guides are registered. And you will know they're registered by seeing their ID with them and seeing the card they're showing you, which displays all the prices. And then from there, that would be your starting price. And then, you'll kind of haggle. So what my family did when we went there a couple weeks ago is we didn't book any activities. So that's what we did on the first day. We just walked around the white sand beach, and then some tour guides approached us, and then we approached other tour guides. We took a picture of their ID and card, and then we haggled the price. We saw which tour guide would give more for less and what price was fair, both for us and of course the tour guide. In terms of water sports, let's now talk specifics. My favorite thing is jet ski. And the jet skis they have in Boracay are these huge, high torque, and some of them even fully electric. Jet skis are known for being quite noisy, but what's so genius, what they did in Boracay is that the jet ski dock is in the middle of the ocean. It's on a large dock, and you won't be swaying because it's all metal, it's all bolted into the ocean floor, and that's where all the jet ski and parasailing happens. It's all set up, it's very well organized. The best part is, if you want to relax in the beach, you won't have jet skis buzzing around disturbing your peace. If you want high adrenaline, if you want to experience jet skis, you go to the jet ski dock with your tour guide and have all the fun you want without disturbing a single person. Now on to the next top thing to do, and it's still a water sport, it's parasailing. And you could get spectacular views of the surrounding islands. If you're thinking that it may be too thrilling, it's actually not. It's quite moderate and quite peaceful actually if it's not too windy. For going up in the actual parasailing, you could either go solo or by a group of two. Now, if you're more interested in seeing the views under the sea rather than above, I'd suggest the next thing on the list: helmet diving. Helmet diving feels like you're underwater without those diving and snorkeling gear. You get a full crystal clear view of the marine life. It's like you're basically floating in a giant aquarium. If you're concerned on safety for this, don't worry, you get a full safety briefing. You get a full safety briefing before you even start. Now back to the topic of beaches. On busy days such as Christmas and New Year's, you may want to explore other quieter beaches, and you do this by island hopping. Two beaches you should check out if you want to escape the crowds is Puka Beach and Dwindid Beach. If you want to escape the tourists or the tourist businesses who's trying to sell you stuff, this is a great option. Next top thing, well actually it's things, and that's Mega Parao. It's a lakeside land activity hub. However, the journey to get there is rough. From Station 2 of the White Sand Beach to... what's this place called? I forgot. To Mega Parao, it takes roughly 30 minutes. First you have to go by boat, and then by shared van. And it was tight and warm and humid and not really a pleasant experience. But I'd say the rigorous path to get there is well worth it. There in Mega Parao, you've got loads of activities I'd recommend. They have a Superman style zipline. They even got a unique zipline in where you sit down and then you have to jump off of it once you reach the lake, which by the way, you could actually swim in. And there's also live entertainment, live singing, which I thought was a nice touch. However, something I wouldn't recommend there was the ATVs. The ATVs they had were old, they were worn out, and it showed because while my family and I were using them, they broke down a lot. Even the smallest of hill, the ATV couldn't go up, it couldn't start up. we just had a laugh out of it. But if you're on a budget and you have to spend well-earned money for it, just don't do it. Save the money for something else. Now on to number 9. The next thing on this list is to have a boat ride. You could do this in 2 ways, either a shared boat with a couple other groups or a private boat. With the private boat, you get to choose which islands or other beaches you wanted to go to, and then they brought us to great spots for snorkeling. And if you're not going snorkeling and just staying in the boat, you know, you're in the middle of the ocean, some natural scenery, rocks around you, and you kind of just leave reality behind. One cool thing I'll never forget was we were served buko juice on our tiny boat in the middle of the ocean. How? Well, a dude just came on kayaking with loads of coconuts, loads of buko juice, and he sold it to us. And the price of the buko juice there, despite being in the middle of the ocean, was much more fresh and was half the price of what it costed in the resort we stayed at in Station 1. There's loads of other things to do in Boracay that I probably didn't mention in this video. So if you know some more secret things to do there, definitely comment down below. But now we are on our final top thing to do, and that is to do nothing. I mean, you're going here for a vacation, just relax. Put your worries behind. Enjoy the white sand beach, lay down, enjoy the sunset. Here's some photos I took with my Fuji camera. If you want to save it in full resolution, there's a link below. Or if you want to see even more Philippine photography, check out my profile and follow if you'd like more. And there you have it, some of the top 10 best things to do in Boracay. Be sure to stick around on this channel, because more top Philippine content is on the way. Salamat! See you in the next one. And trust me, there is no shortage of birds. Water sports sure will be. Water sports will be. You can tell I'm new to this.